Kit, first and foremost, Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Tomorrow we start the new year off with an FA Cup clash against Wolves. Obviously Wolves came earlier in the season and it was a disappointing result. What are you expecting from them tomorrow?
Well, they're very, very strong side, physical side, got some big lads, but they can play some good football as well. Good on the counter-attack, got good pace within the side. And they're a good outfit, Kenny's done a really good job there. Strong, solid, organised, all the things you'd expect from most Championship sides.
After the disappointment of the result against Brighton, will you be looking to make any changes in tomorrow's fixture?
Will be. I mean, every game that we have, I look to put out the best team I feel possible to go and win that game. So we will make a couple of changes from the team. And so yeah. But like I say again, it's just purely what I think's at our disposal, the best team that we can put out to try and win each game. The Brighton game was disappointing, but I felt the team on the night, we were good enough to go and win that game. And unfortunately, we didn't. We need to do better.
Can you put your finger on what happened in that particular game? I know you were missing a couple of influential figures on the pitch, but certainly the squad you put out, you were confident that they were capable.
Yeah,
of
like I say, once I've selected the team for the right reasons, like I say, and that's purely to what I think is the best team to go and win that game. I expect us to do that, and we didn't perform to our levels. First half was a scrappy affair, but we were fairly comfortable. And it's almost a case of sort of going too gung-ho too soon to actually win the game. We got the whole second half to actually win it, but the most important thing is to stay in the game. If it had have ended up being a horrible scrappy 0-0, I wouldn't have been delighted. But sometimes you get them and you take that. When we've had a couple of good clean sheets lately, that would have been another one. So I felt we maybe went chasing the game too soon, left ourselves vulnerable at the back. Gave away a poor penalty from our point of view, and once you get that first goal heads up, then quite often in football, especially Championship football, the first goal can be crucial, can be key, and unfortunately we conceded it. Given
2 defeats on the bounce, is it disappointing that tomorrow's an FA Cup game? Would you prefer it to be a league game, or is it just about getting back into a winning mentality?
No, it is what it is. I mean, the FA Cup's brilliant. I love the FA Cup as well. So every game's just look forward to it, and it's great. And like I say, it's a great competition, very prestigious competition, and we'll take it very, very seriously and give it our best shot, the same as we do for the league games. So no, I'm not worried. It's just another game, like I say. But there is still, in my eyes anyway, that bit of magic about the cup.
2 players that have returned now to play for Fulham again and join your squad, Ryan Tunnicliffe and Alex Kacinaklic. Neither are eligible tomorrow, I believe, but were training with you this morning.
That's right. Boys have both come back in and both look in really good shape. I'm delighted to have them both back. Great acquisitions, 2 real good lads who've both got good championship experience, and we haven't got an abundance of that without our squad. So, those 2 coming back are almost like new signings, but new signings who we know fit into Fulham and we know can play very well in the Championship. So I'm absolutely delighted to have those 2 boys back.
And any other new signings that you're looking at bringing in? I know it's a long window, but now it's started. Everybody's out there speculating in earnest about various players coming and going. Can you give us any insight?
Yeah, well, we're looking to bring boys in. There's been a little bit of interest on a few players going out as well, which is good. You would hope that would be the case for people wanting Fulham players. But there's 2 or 3 sort of positions, especially we're looking at strengthening, bringing people in. But I've stressed before, and I'll do it again. It's got to be the right person at the right price and the right one for this football club. I'm really, really conscious of that. And any acquisitions that are sort of made while I'm a manager, I want to be the right ones, and that's purely for the good of the football club.
And just in terms of injuries, can you give us an update on various players? I know that you've had some good news about Lasse Wigan Christensen, who wasn't expected to return but has trained with you today.
Yeah, I mean, I'd written Lasse off because I wouldn't take chances with any player at all, fitness-wise. He had a slight hamstring injury, which was sort of 7 to 10 days, we were told. It did it obviously last Friday at Bournemouth, and so I pretty much ruled him out for tomorrow. And he stepped up his work with the physios, and desperate to play, which I knew that yesterday. Did some 75% work yesterday. Felt nothing at all. Desperate to play, like I say, and I was very much putting the brakes on him. Calm yourself down. If it's not right, we're not going to take a risk. No reaction at all yesterday. Had a fitness test this morning before training. Was 100% in that, doing 100% maximal work. So we put him in training today, and he came through that with flying colours as well. So we'll see if there's any sort of reaction today. But he's really keen to play. But like I say, I certainly won't want to take chances with any player. But so far so good. You know, it's not quite a phoenix from the flames case, but it's a fantastic recovery. And you know, we've got a player who's desperate to feature.
And longer term ones, Fernando Amorebieta, Tim Hoogland still out. Brian obviously missed Monday night's game, but I believe he's fit again now. Yeah,
Brian was more a nerve sort of problem that we knew was going to be a short-term injury, but unfortunately made him not right for Monday night. But he's trained subsequently to that and looks fine again now. So he's back fully fit, is available for selection. The two longer-term boys, Fernando and Tim, I spoke to them both this morning. Tim's had his surgery and he's following his programme for that, but that's all going very well. So again, we're hopeful with that. Fernando's had the last of his course of injections, and he'll see the specialist next week. But he was very positive this morning as well. So they've been two players who we've missed, you know, been out of our squads. But again, very hopeful for both of them. They won't be too far off.
And Lionel Cole, who a few of the fans have been asking about in terms of his progress, because I know that he's been injured now for a while.
Yeah, he's had a real tough time of it, Lionel. Obviously, I was working with him when I was taking the 21s, and he got himself sort of back to joining in the training. Was looking really sharp as well. Then he'd have a setback, and he's just suffered another setback now. So it's really frustrating for us, really frustrating for him. You know, obviously he came in at the same time as Ryan Tunnicliffe, and neither of them have really got their Fulham careers underway for different reasons. Ryan's back now, like I said earlier, and we're delighted with that. But Lionel, you know, he's had a real tough time of it, and he's desperate to get back playing, and we're desperate for him to get fully fit. So again, it's another frustrating one, and you know, one the medical team are working on. But we'll have to see where we go with it. But it's a difficult time for him at the moment.
And as we enter January, have you looked and assessed where your squad is, where Fulham is, and set targets that you want to achieve by the end of the season, or is it too early to talk about the end of the season?
No, we set targets very early into my tenure. Also, where we are, you know, I was under no illusions when I took over as to exactly where we are and how big the job was. And we've had some good results, you know, and things have gone well, but also it's the bigger term, the longer term picture that I'm mostly focused on. Obviously I've got an eye on, I need to win games now and we need to do well now, but also it's doing the right things for the club and the longer term. And there is a lot of work to be done, you know, to get the squad, to assemble a squad of players that we think are, you know, really going to take the club onwards and upwards for the short term, the mid term and the long term.
And getting into the hat for the fourth round tomorrow would be a good way to start the new year.
Always be a nice way to start. We love winning games of football, and like I say, there's, you know, the FA Cup's fantastic, and there's still got that magic for me. So looking forward to it.
We wish you luck.
Thank you.